Anywhere I see suffering, that is where I want to be, doing what I can. Everyone needs to be valued. Everyone has the potential to give something back. Carry out a random act of kindness with no expectation of reward. I don't go by the rule book. I lead from the heart, not the head. Family is the most important thing in the world. Hugs can do great amounts of good, especially for children. I think the biggest disease the world suffers from in this day and age is the disease of people feeling unloved. Helping people in need is a good and essential part of my life, a kind of destiny. I knew what my job was. It was to go out and meet the people and love them. I wear my heart on my sleeve. The greatest problem in the world today is intolerance. People think that at the end of the day, a man is the only answer. Actually, a fulfilling job is better for me. Only do what your heart tells you. You can't comfort the afflicted if you're too afraid to be near them. I'd like to be a queen in people's hearts, but I don't see myself being queen of this country. The kindness and warmth I get from the public is extraordinary. There were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded. I want to walk into a room and feel I'm needed. I want my boys to have an understanding of people's emotions, their insecurities, their distress. I lead from the heart, not the head. And sometimes that's gotten me into trouble. You can't comfort the afflicted without touching them. Being a princess isn't all it's cracked up to be. I found myself being more and more involved with people who were rejected by society. I'm not a political figure. I'm a humanitarian figure, always was, always will be. They see me as a threat of some kind, and I'm here to do good. I'm not a destructive person. I think like any marriage, especially when you've had divorced parents like myself, you want to try even harder to make it work. I do things differently because I don't go by a rule book. I want to do, not just to be. I think the British people need someone in public life to give them inspiration. When you're happy, you can forgive a great deal. People will never forget how you made them feel. I want to be remembered as someone who cared. I touch people. I think everyone needs that. You have to go out there and show you care. I knew what I was getting into when I married him. I didn't know what I was letting myself in for. It took a long time to understand why people were so interested in me. You can't just sit there and wait for people to come to you. You have to reach out sometimes. Being a mother is the most important role in my life. My sons mean everything to me. I don't want expensive gifts. I don't want to be bought. I have everything I want. The world doesn't need more celebrities. It needs more compassion. I am not a political animal, but I care deeply. I tried to comfort the sick, the lonely, and the forgotten. There's nothing more special than looking after people no one else notices. Even if I fail, I have to try. I always believed in being brave and being honest. If you find someone you love in your life, then hang on to that love. I wasn't put here to make people comfortable. I was put here to care. They called me a rebel, but I called it compassion. They taught me to curtsy. Life taught me to kneel beside the suffering. I broke the royal mold because my heart was too full to fit inside it. Sometimes the crown feels lighter than public expectation. I was never trying to be perfect, just present. If love is a risk, I would take it again. Every time I held a child in pain, I was healing something in myself too. The real palace was in the hearts of people who felt seen by me. They called me emotional, as if that were a weakness, not a superpower. I didn't want to be above the people. I wanted to be among them. Fame is the loudest silence a person can endure. I found freedom in the arms of those who had none. My heart didn't follow protocol. It followed pain and tried to ease it. Being royal taught me how to wave. Being human taught me how to hug. Love has always been my compass, even when the map was unclear. I often wondered if the cameras saw the woman or just the image. Grief doesn't ask for your title. It just asks for your honesty. People expected a princess. I gave them a woman. Behind every tiara is a girl trying to be heard. Sometimes kindness is louder than tradition. My sons are not just princes. They are reminders that love can outlive pain. They tried to shape me into a symbol, but I insisted on being a soul. I didn't need a throne to feel responsible for people. I gave away what I never had enough of: compassion. You can't serve others with gloves on your hands and fear in your heart. Some days, I wore a smile for others and cried in secret for myself. Royalty never suited me as much as humanity did. The tabloids sold my sadness, but I found peace in service. I walked alone, not because I was lost, but because no one dared follow. A warm touch heals more than 1,000 cold words. My rebellion was never against the crown. It was against indifference. The truth is not a scandal. It's a release. I didn't fall from grace. I stepped into reality. Let them call me dramatic. At least I felt something. When the palace grew colder, I moved closer to the people. No mirror ever reflected the pressure I felt inside. My scars were silent stories. I wore them quietly. I had to break their rules to protect my boys. I smiled in public, but I screamed in privacy. Grief taught me that love never truly leaves. Even a princess can feel invisible. I never wanted a fairy tale. I wanted the truth. I did not want to be admired. I wanted to be understood. Kindness isn't glamorous, but it changes lives. They expected obedience. I offered empathy. When I held hands with the sick, I was holding back silence. I didn't die in that crash. I live in every woman who reclaims her voice. Every headline about me was a cry for humanity they didn't know how to hear. They watched my fall, but missed my flight. I may not have worn the crown forever, but I wore my heart until the end. If my story helps one woman stand taller, then I was never just a princess.